Hello, and welcome to another edition of Hidden Literature. If you don't already know, my name is Alan Gregg, and I am the teacher at Oxford International Language School, Crotone. Today, we're going to look at the life and works of John Milton. First, his early life and education. Everyone knows that John Milton was born in London in December 1608. As a child, Milton attended St. Paul's School, and in his lifetime he learned Latin, Greek, Italian, Hebrew, French and Spanish. He attended Christ College, Cambridge, graduating in 1629 with a Bachelor of Arts degree and 1632 with a Master of Arts. After Cambridge, Milton spent 6 years living with his family in Buckinghamshire and studying independently. In that time, he wrote on the morning of Christ's Nativity, on Shakespeare, L'Allegro, Il Penseroso, and Lycidas, an elegy in memory of a friend who drowned. On Shakespeare. What needs my Shakespeare for his honoured bones, the labour of an age in piled stones, or that his hallowed relics should be hid under a star ye pointing pyramid? Dear son of memory, great heir of fame, what needst thou such weak witness of thy name? Thou in our wonder and astonishment hast built thyself a lifelong monument. Did you know, in 1638, John Milton went to Europe, where he probably met the astronomer Galileo, who was under house arrest at the time. He returned to England earlier than he had planned because of the coming civil war there. Everyone knows Milton was a Puritan who believed in the authority of the Bible and opposed religious institutions like the Church of England and the monarchy with which it was connected. He wrote pamphlets on radical topics like freedom of the press, something that still generates debate and controversy today, supported Oliver Cromwell in the English Civil War, and was probably present at the beheading of Charles I, and wrote official publications for Cromwell's government. Near the end of 1659, Milton went to prison because of his role in the fall of Charles I and the rise of the Commonwealth. He was released, probably due to the influence of powerful supporters. The monarchy was re-established in 1660 with Charles II as king. John Milton died in England in November 1674. There is a monument dedicated to him in Poets' Corner in Westminster Abbey in London. Everyone knows John Milton is best known for Paradise Lost, widely regarded as the greatest epic poem in English. Together with Paradise Regained, it formed his reputation as one of the greatest English writers. In his prose works, he advocated the abolition of the Church of England. His influence extended through the English Civil Wars and also the American and French revolutions. What are the important themes in Paradise Lost? The first theme is disobedience. The first part of Milton's argument is disobedience and its opposite, obedience. The central theme in Paradise Lost is that obedience is vital for the hierarchical structure to work. The universe that Milton imagined was structured this way: heaven at the top, hell at the bottom, and earth in between. God sits on a throne at the top of heaven, On earth, Adam is superior to Eve. Humans rule over animals. Even in hell, Satan sits on a throne above other demons. This arrangement by Milton is a reflection of the Middle Ages, Renaissance, and Restoration periods, which were hierarchical. The proper way of the world was for inferiors to obey superiors. Why is paradise lost? Quite simply, because Adam disobeys his superior, who is God. Freedom comes from recognizing one's place in the grand scheme of the universe. Everyone knows that Milton supported the overthrow of Charles I. This is a clear act of disobedience. And do you know how Milton justified this action? Milton makes it clear that in the case of a king, it is for the people to determine if the king is really their superior or not. The second theme of Paradise Lost is eternal providence. Did you know, because Adam and Eve gave in to temptation and disobeyed God, they provided the opportunity for God to show love, mercy, and grace, so that ultimately the fall produces a greater good than would have happened otherwise. The third most important theme is the justification of God's ways. This idea is the final point of Milton's theme. The sacrifice of the Son, which overcomes death, gives man the chance to achieve salvation, even though, through the sin of Adam and Eve, all men are sinful. As Adam says, quote, "O goodness infinite, goodness immense, that all this good of evil shall produce, and evil turn to good." The fall of man, then, turns evil into good, and that fact shows the justice of God's actions, or in Milton's terms, quote, "justifies the ways of God to men," unquote. Why is Milton important to English literature? Not everyone knows that, with the exception of Shakespeare, Milton's works have been the subject of commentary more than any other English writer. In Milton's writings, two intellectual and social movements reach a critical point: the Renaissance and the Reformation. His use of classical references in his works are Renaissance in nature, while his single-minded Christianity is indicative of the Reformation. Milton was in favor of limiting the monarchy, freedom of speech, nothing new there, and the dethroning of bishops, which seems a contradiction in terms. Just think about it. One commentator said that the guarantees of freedom in the United States Constitution are there mostly thanks to Milton's Areopagitica, and not just because of the English philosopher and father of liberalism, John Locke. Thank you for your time and company today. I hope to have the pleasure of your company in future editions of Hidden Literature. But for now, farewell.